Coming to you live on www.khosifm.co.za. Coming to you live again on www.sehongwaneholdings.co.za. My name is Khosile Sehongwane. And welcome again on Monday edition of the Khosile Sehongwane live show. Our political discussion Mondays, every Monday we meet up here and we talk about politics of the day. Today we are tackling, I am with Ntate Thabiso Makwela, as you know him from the PA in Ward 60, and we are going to be tackling this issue. First and foremost, the patriotic alliance internal matters that we saw raising its head last week over our groups in Ward 60, and then we're going to be talking about the real reason behind why the DA wants to keep Tshwane locked down under the DA rule, and who is this Cellier Brink, and what has he done up to so far. We've seen some few insights by Randall Williams. We're going to be playing those clips in a minute, and then we're going to discuss that with me and Mr. Thabiso. And we're going to be joined by Mr. Mongale in a minute. Mr. Mongale is our political analyst that is always with us here on Khosi FM. Every time we have political discussions, he is here. But he is not going to be with us in the studio. He's going to be with us online. He's at home. Saying Mr. Mongale. So, Ntate Makwela dumela morena me arsiame. Oh, sorry. I didn't unmute your mic.
How are you? How are you in that office? Yeah, no, I'm good. Good.
Are you fine? Are you fine?
No,
I almost said you're not
super.
coming with.
I'm super.
I almost said you're not coming with. This guy. Yeah. Last minute, Last minute. This better actually go on. Yes.
There's a lot to discuss.
Yes, but before we can go to our thing, we've got a sponsor for this show. Every day we are sponsoring. They are sponsoring our show for us to be here to give you this news. So we're gonna go to them now quickly, and then we can take it from there. Yeah, you can do it. This show is brought to you by Tshwane Medical Services and Clinic. They are a private clinic situated in number 70 Tshwane in Westview, Danville. They specialize on the following: primary health care, ailment diagnosis and treatment, including medication, wound care, family planning, well baby clinic, basic ultrasound, laboratory blood services, treatment of chronic illnesses, treatment and management of patients on ARVs, wellness screening, antenatal clinic, HIV services and counseling. They have a pharmacy on site, and they are doing CCMDD services as well, OHS clinic, circumcision clinic and abortion services. Their cell phone number is 064-548-7176 or 071-422-8576. Again, the address is 70 Tshwane in Westview, Pretoria West in Danville. Cell phone number again is 064-548-7176 or 071-422-8576. Yeah, that is our sponsor for today, Tshwane Medical Services and Clinic. They are a private clinic here in Westview, Pretoria West in Danville. They do not take medical aids. Mara, they only take cash, and their cash is $350 per consultation, excluding medicine. So, when you're done with doctor, you need this, and then you can be able to go and get that medicine for yourself in their pharmacy. They've got the pharmacy right here in the precinct more number 702 in Westview in Danville. All right, I think what you need to start with before I get Mr. Macho in because I think maybe we can be able to call your guys as well. Is for us to sorry about that. Is for us to discuss this because it caused a bit of a stir over when was it? Yesterday?
Yeah, it was.
Was it
over
the day
the
before
weekend.
yesterday?
The day before yesterday. It was on Saturday, I think.
Yeah, so it caused quite a stir in the group here locally, because we do have a group that is only the trusted few that are supposed to be in there, you understand?
Correct.
And then all of a sudden we get messages like, hey, this one. So I'm like, okay, let me respect what you are saying, and then trust you so that we can be able to get to the bottom of this thing.
Correct.
You understand? So yeah, it has caused quite a stir on the group. So that is why many people was asking, why was this person removed?
Yeah.
Why were these people this? Why were that did? So now we're here to discuss and tell me, okay, what really happened?
Correct.
If we can go to the nitty-gritty of the DA and everything.
Yeah.
So give us the whole story. What happened?
Okay. Let me start by greeting listeners at home, and also greet you yourself as the host.
Yes, sir.
I think the matter was obviously initiated by myself, where I actually asked for few members of the Patriotic Alliance to be moved out of the group. And I think that's what you're referring to when you said it caused a bit of a stir. But I think it will be fair for me to actually start by explaining a little bit of a background as to where it started and how we got here.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, please. That would be
For us, when the issue of illegal invasion, land invasion that happens in Ellensport, it was not the first time when we had it through you guys. It was actually the second time.
Yes.
And what happened the first time is that there's a lady who is actually running a church around that side.
Yeah.
So this lady came to us through one of our members. And then that member actually attends church there.
Okay.
And they brought the matter to us
Yeah.
to say there's people building illegally here.
60 years.
So we would like you to intervene.
Yeah.
So based on experience, we then started investigating. And as we were investigating, in one of our groups in the PA,
Yes.
there were certain leaders that sent voice notes there.
Okay.
Asking the regional leadership to intervene, to say there's an issue and there's an urgent issue that is happening in Ellensport, in Daneville, of land invasion, whereby the patriotic alliance is needed to come and intervene.
Yes.
So they did it through the group without consulting us as the leadership first here.
Okay. Is the leadership first here of the PA
Yes.
in Ward 16?
Yes, there is.
Elected, structure, everything.
It's convener and coordinator because at the moment, remember the ward itself is not launched.
Okay.
So we were still recruiting and there's certain specific numbers of people that we need to recruit in order for us to be recognized so that we can be eligible to launch the ward.
Yes.
So we were still working on those numbers and we almost like we achieved the number, but due to elections it was stopped to say we must not launch the ward, we will launch it after. So we have been waiting ever since. But now back to this one, when it was raised on the group, because at that time I was still the regional organizer, I decided to take it upon myself, and that's when I requested for a meeting to happen between ourselves at the Patriotic Alliance and the community of Ellensport.
Yes.
So that's when the meeting happened and it was organized, and we went to Martin Henry where we had that specific meeting, and I must say it was a very successful and fruitful meeting.
Yes.
Because we got to even get more than what we expected, because there we discussed issues of crime, there we discussed issues of land that was being vandalized by your nyaupes and stuff, because they will come and burn things there.
Yeah.
And also the issue of the land itself.
Okay.
So when we were there, as we were discussing the issue of land, it was then decided in that meeting to say, okay, because now they don't know who's who, who's friend, who's folk.
Yes.
There's a specific group that needs to that we need to be added on.
Yeah.
And these people are trusted people that are actually busy with legal matters of this whole issue of land invasion. And then we were added there, right? But one of the issues that we touched on in that meeting is that a petition needed to be sent through to the city, which is the city of Tshwane, right? And then we were given a petition with, I think it was less than 100 signatures.
Okay.
Then we requested that no, these signatures must be actually more, because we need to speak on behalf of a community, not certain individuals.
Yes.
And then we only took the petition letter, and we left the petitions, the signature list to be actually added with signatures.
Yeah.
So that process happened.
Okay.
And
The petition one happened.
the petition one happened.
Okay.
Whereby I think it was 250 signatures
Is it?
that we got after we asked for them to be added.
Okay.
Yes. So now, all along, we have been working on the petition letter. And I think last week, about Wednesday or Thursday, I sent out the letter on the group showing everyone that this letter is actually fully ready to can now be sent.
Yeah.
Right? Because one of the promises that was made to the community of Ellensport and of Daneville is that the letter is going to be handed over to our councillor, our PA councillor, and the PA councillor is the one that is going to submit a motion of that land being dealt with,
Yes.
because of the slow process that the city is actually having towards that. So we wanted to do that via our councillor, and at the same time, I had an idea because
You have
remember,
a councillor here for PA.
yeah,
For 60.
no, not PA.
Okay.
Here
Oh,
it's just leaders.
Yes.
But in council we have one councillor, which is
alright.
Debbie Moses.
Yeah.
She's the one that we were supposed to give that petition
The
to.
petition to, yes.
And they had, I think, a sitting of the motion of no confidence on the 26th
Yes.
of last
For
month.
Cellier Brink, yeah.
Yes. So unfortunately, because of the chaos that was happening there, we couldn't give the councillor. So we decided then to say, no, we will continue with it. And we actually going to give the councillor once this thing is completed.
Yes.
So that's when...
Yeah, it's a good as again. Okay.
That's when I decided
Thank
to
you.
say I'm going to then submit the letter. And after submitting the letter, we are going to wait for whatever it is that needs to happen.
Okay.
So now...
Before you can continue further,
Yeah.
when you came for that meeting, that was there as well.
yes.
Those guys were there, most two of them.
They were there.
Malan and,
No, they actually came late.
they came, but they were there.
They were
right?
there, yes.
So did you know they would come to that meeting?
Yeah, we were all there.
Oh, okay.
Even people as far as what do you call it? What do you call this area? People as far as Ellensport. Is it Ellensport? There by the colored area.
No, and next one, Melody, right?
Yes, that
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
They
okay.
came.
They came there.
Yes,
Okay,
they were
sure.
there.
Good,
you
good.
see?
Yeah.
So everyone was there and everything was fine. And it was agreed upon to say, this is what we are going to do. We are going to redraft the letter. After redrafting the letter, give it more meat in terms of things that can be pushed, because we know what the committee is going to look at and what are the issues that we can bring forward that is going to bring a speedy resolution to the issue of the land there.
Yes.
So we did that. I think last week, Thursday, I issued out the letter to everyone to see. And I actually said on the group that the letter is ready to be submitted. Now all we need is to get the petition
Yes.
that was given to Malan and Ziad. So I then started receiving phone calls
From?
from Ziad to
Ziad,
say,
yeah.
no, there's a letter that we need to sign. And this letter is an official letter from the city, and
Yes.
we need to fill up documents there and everything like that.
Okay.
And then they sent that letter through, and I looked at that letter, and I was like, but this one, it's very dodgy for me, because it asks for an address of someone, and it's asking for the name of someone.
Okay.
And based on experience...
Do you have the letter maybe with you? Or
Yeah, I think it's just a copy. It doesn't have any
Signature, nothing.
signatures on everything. Yeah,
okay,
it's
send
just
it to
a
me
blank.
via WhatsApp. Maybe I can be able
Yeah.
to read it out for the people to listen. Again, guys, Tabiso is here to answer the questions, because we did have a little bit of confusion about what happened, why Ziad and Malan was removed from the group. So he is here now to come and answer these questions, to say why were they removed, both of them from the group. So the number is 064, as you know, 548-7976. Send us with voice notes, send us with WhatsApps, and ask him questions, and then we can be able to understand and get to know what really, get to the bottom of this thing. Yeah. Okay, and then?
So after receiving that phone call, then I then spoke to, I think it was Malan, because he was trying to tell me what are the steps that we needed to do.
Yes.
Because now, remember now, we couldn't give it to the councillor, so now we had to submit it via the petitions office. So now that's the process that we were supposed to take. So the signatures are actually with them.
Okay.
So I was
Which
supposed to
signatures?
go
The petition
petitions.
ones.
Yes.
All right.
I was supposed to go fetch the signatures so that I can combine them with the letter that comes from City of Tshwane and our letter, so that it can be submitted.
Okay.
So then what they did was to organize for a membership drive. Right.
Okay, before they can submit that thing that's supposed to submit it
Yes.
first. So they were, okay, both of them, they did that.
Yes.
Okay.
They decided to do a membership drive. I'll just send you the whole letter of the membership drive as well, so that you can see.
Okay, so is the letter, okay. I see
Yeah,
it, yeah.
that's the letter I sent you just now. So the membership drive was supposed to be on Saturday.
Okay.
And it was also posted on the group so that everyone is aware and everyone can come.
Which group is that? Your group?
The Ward 60 group, the community group.
Okay.
Yeah. So now on Saturday in the morning, I couldn't go. I decided to send one of my leaders from this ward, which is leader Zandile.
Yeah.
So leader Zandile went there before me.
Zandile is the one that was there most that time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Zandile went there before me.
Yes.
When Zandile went there before me, what happened was, thanks, Mom. What happened was when Zandile was there, there were other leaders that came from different regions.
Yes.
Both Malan and Ziad were there also.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Zandile left, and then I came. When I came, they were there. And I think the bone of contention is that when we were speaking there,
yes,
I was trying to tell them that, you know what, you didn't follow protocols in terms of how visibility drive is done, how membership drives is done, because there's already leadership here.
Yes.
So you guys did not even consult the leadership, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Let us not do that.
Yeah.
What I actually wanted was, after you guys are done here,
yes,
you are going to give me the forms so that they will remain with the leadership of this ward.
And there was nothing untowards from
Nothing.
you about that.
Yes.
Okay.
So I told them, and we agreed.
Yes.
When I
They
got
agreed
there,
and said, yes, they will give you
and
those
they said
forms.
that
Yeah.
they will give me the forms.
Okay.
Then I left them. They worked because I got there, I think, around 11:30.
Yes.
Yes. So I stayed with them until 1:00.
Okay.
So now the problem starts where I was actually sitting there, and I started seeing people taking pictures of the partitions.
And who are those people?
It's a guy called Java and a
Yes.
guy called Happy.
And where are they from?
Java is from Mabopani,
And
and
Happy?
then Happy is from Soshanguve.
So they were taking pictures of the very petition
Of
that you
the
have
very
signed
petitions,
here
yes.
to remove this councillor, right?
Not removing the
for
council,
the
land.
for the land. Sorry.
Yes, for the land. So I'm looking at these guys as they're taking pictures
Of that list.
of the list.
our signatures.
Yes. And they
Okay.
took all of them, back
Yes.
and front. You understand?
All right.
And when they were taking back and front, I actually went through the petition because I wanted to see, because I even asked Zia to say, all these people that have dashes on,
Yeah.
it's people without telephone numbers. And he confirmed to say, yes, all of them do not have telephone numbers. And I was like, okay. I was checking the documents because remember the agreement was it must have name, surname, address, contact, and signature.
Yes.
No IDs.
Yes.
You see? So I checked. I got that there's no IDs. There's just name, surname, IDs. I mean name, surname, address, and contact details.
Yeah.
And the signature as per the agreement.
Yeah.
So now, when we were about to pack up, right? I hear Java, the one from Mabopani,
Yes.
telling Ziad
Yeah.
to say, Ziad, we are about to leave.
Yeah.
Who are we leaving the documents with?
Okay. That petition, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is after they have taken pictures
Just
and
of
everything.
that thing. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, Java, you can't do that. You know that there's leadership here. So you must leave those documents with us. And they started coming up with stories to say, no, we are going to capture these documents ourselves.
Okay.
Then we will give them to you.
And who started that story?
It was Malan.
He said himself that
Yes.
you're gonna capture this story, you're gonna
Yes.
capture these documents,
Yes. And then we will give them back to you. And I said to you, no, but that's not how it works. On the PA website, when you capture a member,
Okay.
it has two portions there.
Yeah.
It has captured by and it has signed by.
I see. Yeah.
Yes. So these are the things that would then determine, because ultimately, if somebody from a different ward is capturing our details in a different ward, then how is that going to look like when the back end report is being produced?
Okay.
So you cannot have somebody from Ward 3 capturing forms from Ward 60. It doesn't happen like that.
Don't you guys have a like secretary here in Ward
We do.
60? The one that we saw in the meeting,
Yes,
right?
the
Okay.
one who's always comes here with me.
Oh,
She's
yes,
she's the
yes,
one.
Fina.
Yes, Fina. Fina
Okay.
is the one that is a coordinator and that does the capturing and everything.
And she was never given that. Was she there?
No, she was not there because she had family commitments.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So then that's when the fight started. To say you are not getting anything, we are taking everything here.
So they told you that.
They told me that.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so what's going to happen? I was
Yeah.
even shoved around, I was pushed around, I was slapped around by the very same people.
They
you know?
they clapped you around.
Yeah, no, I was alone. I couldn't fight, So, but I tried holding my own, because So then, at first, I didn't see the danger.
Yes.
In the taking of pictures.
Yes.
Because I then left and went to town.
Yeah.
And then when I was there, it then dawned on me.
Yeah.
To say, no, man. Based on experience, most of the land invasions that I have dealt with,
yes,
80% to 90% of the time, officials are involved.
Yes.
Political party members are involved.
Yeah.
And councillors are always involved. So now there's a danger here because when I looked at that partition, it has people's names, people's addresses, people's phone numbers, and people's signatures.
Yeah.
And you have people that were not even part of the first meeting that we had with the community taking pictures of these things.
Yeah.
And now what was interesting, because everybody was angry and everyone's emotions was very high. The one called Java says to me, we are here to do a visibility drive on behalf of Ziad.
Okay, so Ziad called them to come and do that thing.
And I was like, but Ziad is not staying in this ward.
Yeah.
Why are you doing a visibility drive here on behalf of Ziad, where else Ziad is staying in Ward 3? You should be doing a visibility drive in Ward 3.
And what did they say?
Yes, and they said, no, the ward is actually neglected. And I was like, but which ward is neglected? Yes.
Okay.
Which ward is neglected? Because we are working the ward. When we went to the golf club to go take out foreigners there, where were you guys? When we went to Trans Orange to take out foreigners, where were you? When we went to the clinic to go do our visibility drives there and to also do our oversights there, where were you guys? Because this is us in the community, people that stays here that are concerned. We were even preparing to go to the police station to go try and do our own oversight there to can deal with the issue of crime as well, especially regarding the issue of this breach here. Because that's what we wanted to find out as to what is the station commander doing. And we hardly see a van patrolling the area, and those are the things that we wanted to initiate with the station commander. So I said, that is not neglected. Even the issue of the land itself, we were working on it until you made it public. And now, because you made it public, everyone is aware. Where else before, people were not aware that the PA is actually working secretly on this issue. So now you have compromised the identity of the people who appear on these things. Because we don't know what is Java and Happy are going to do. And West Part, Java and Happy are not even staying here. They are staying in Soshanguve, and the other one is staying in Mabopane.
Okay.
Why are they taking these things?
Yes.
Why are they taking these things?
And what was the response?
So at that time they were very emotional, and they were all saying to me, I am arrogant, I am this, I am that. And I was like, but I cannot allow you to commit such act. That's when one of them, Happy.
Which one? Happy?
Happy.
Yeah.
That's when Happy had a slip of a tongue.
And then he said what?
To say, we cannot allow you to leave with these documents because these are our numbers.
Which is our petition, right?
Thank you.
That we petitioned for that land.
Yes.
It's not going to be used for any drive
to
create you guys a branch here.
Thank you. And I said to him, what do you mean? When
our
you say,
numbers.
This is your numbers, and I'm not going to take them away from you.
Yes.
It's like, no, but this is our members.
So are you saying that, this is our members, continue?
Yes. And this is our members. And I said to him, I don't remember asking people to join PA there. All we said is that we are going to intervene and help the community to deal with this issue. We didn't ask people to join the PA.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, the consent that we got from the people to put their names and details on this thing was purely for the purpose of the petition, nothing else. So now I could read between the lines to say, these ones, they actually wanted to take this petition and turn it into a membership of the PA,
Yes.
so that they can now come in and launch the ward and become leaders of the ward.
But then how do they launch what 60 and staying here?
Exactly.
I mean, it doesn't make sense that they will take
it
this
doesn't make
and
sense.
they
You
want to
understand?
launch what 60. And why were they here in the first place? Anyway, because
Exactly.
they are from Mam Luri Sashanguve is too far from here.
Exactly.
I understand the one from Ward 1 and whatever.
Ward
around
3.
Here, Ward 3. But they are
Exactly.
just here. But then for the one that comes out so far,
Exactly.
why would they do that?
You see, but that is not actually a bone of contention for me.
Yeah.
A bone of contention for me, it's people's identity. Remember, there's a POPI Act that has just been passed now.
Yes.
What are we going to say as PA when people are stealing people's information,
Okay.
turning them into members, and people are not even aware that they are PA members?
How many members do you need to form a branch?
We
to
need
launch a
close
branch?
to 100.
And how many signatures do you have now?
We do have 100.
I mean, like the one in the petition is how
Oh
much?
no, the partition was 250.
So it's actually more than what
Exactly.
you guys need
Exactly.
to open up a branch.
You understand?
Okay.
And I find it very, very, very odd, because if anyone wanted to come and become a PA member, they would have came to the visibility drive.
Yes.
Of which some of the community members came to the visibility drive.
Yes.
So my bone of contention, it's the secrecy of the information that was captured by people that were not even part of this thing in the first place,
Yeah.
as to what is going to happen. Two, the risk involved, because we don't know who is actually feeding these people information
Yeah.
of what is happening there.
Yeah.
One of the things that is actually making me to be more concerned, it's the issues that were raised there in that meeting. There's a guy and a lady that talked about being threatened
By who?
by the people who are illegally invading there.
Okay.
It was said
How
that
do they know her? Was she in the meeting that we had the first time?
yes, she was in the meeting that we
So
had the
she's
first
been
time.
threatened now by the people who are occupying the land up there.
That's what they were giving. That's what they said to us when we had a meeting with them, to
Yes.
say these people even come at night, shoot at, in the
In the
air,
sky and whatnot, yes.
and tell them that they must go inside their houses if they don't want to be killed.
Okay.
And there was the other one who said he was almost beaten up by the very same people because he wanted to confront them and speak to them.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
And there was this one lady who even raised an issue of the crime that has went up ever since the illegal connection has happened. We ourselves, in our own investigations that we did, we realized that all these power cuts that are coming, we thought that it was cable theft. It was not actually for cable theft. These people are actually preparing there. You understand?
So they're taking cables to put up there.
Exactly, so that they can have electricity and all of that.
Yes.
And now there's an issue of illegal connection of water as well, to
As
say
well, yeah.
where are they going to get water, because that place is not actually partitions for people to stay. One thing that was actually brought as well is the fact that they have these big power lines there.
Yeah.
According to the law and the bylaws of any city, you are not supposed to be building any structure under a power line.
Yes.
And
yes.
that is just against the bylaws and it's against the law.
Yes.
You understand? So now that is the problem now, to say the information that has been taken out, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
And we don't know where it's going to end.
All right.
And now with people being threatened and people coming at night shooting in the sky and threatening the residents of Ellensport, you understand that now they are compromised.
Yeah.
People are going to start receiving phone calls from unknown numbers.
Because they've got numbers.
Because
Our numbers are
partitions
there.
have been taken and pictures are now roaming all over with people's information.
I see.
And that is the problem. Now that is directly bringing the political party's name into disrepute.
Did you you told me there's a councillor here.
Yes.
One councillor for PA around this
Correct.
part.
Correct.
Did you report this to them?
I've spoken to the regional secretary
What did she say?
immediately after this. So the regional secretary is aware of it. I've actually, on my own capacity, spoke to the provincial secretary.
Yes.
And I've also forwarded everything to the deputy president.
I see.
Yeah.
So you actually have been above board with everything.
Exactly.
There's nothing
I
that
can
you're
even
hiding.
send you snapshots of prior communications that I had with the very same individuals, Malan
And Ziad. All right.
where I've actually had screenshots. And I can just send it to you for the benefit of the listeners as
So
well.
please do that,
And
so
the
we-
people
so we-
who
so we
are
can be able to
actually-
read
yeah,
out,
because I
yeah.
just want us to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
But you see, these acts are acts of corruption, and I cannot keep quiet as a PA member when I see people mishandling carelessly the information of people.
I see.
I need to,
and for wrong reasons on top of that.
For wrong reasons.
Yes.
You see, so this is what actually makes our country not to move forward. Because when we see our fellow comrades doing all kinds of things, we keep quiet.
And the question is, who do we trust on top of that?
Exactly.
Who do we trust now? Because when you call meetings, guys, the committee now needs help, and then this kind of thing happens.
And these people are not even staying in Ward 60.
You understand what I'm saying?
We are the ones that are staying in Ward 60. We are building relations with Ward 60.
Okay.
So we don't want a situation whereby people's information is all over the place. And now when people start to get, funny phone calls from unknown numbers, they are going to say it's the PA.
Or threatening messages and whatnot. Who did they get the numbers from? All right. The number is 064-548-7976. I'm in conversation with Thabiso Makwela. You know, he is from the PA, and he is residing here in Ward 60. And we're talking about what happened over the weekend, I believe. Yeah, over
Saturday.
the weekend, when two of his members were removed from the group that was created here in Longdom, illegal occupation group in Ward 60. And there was a serious furore of why was they removed. And I said to them, listen, one day we will find and actually get the reason why. So he's here now to answer all your questions. Send them through, please. We're gonna call these people. I think maybe we should call them, and then we can hear this. But there's two voice notes when that was
that I sent to you.
Yeah, there's one that you sent, right?
Yeah.
Because when I check my phone now, the one says this one explains Eon. Is it Eon?
Yes.
EON's side of the. Who is that?
Eon is one of the Patriotic Alliance members.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's another one that will explain your side of. So let's play Eon, then we can take it from there. Then because yours is like 5 minutes long. Jesus Christ. 6 minutes actually. And then the other one is 3 minutes. So let's play that quickly so that we can be able to get to the bottom of this, and then we can take it from there. Take a listen.
Ansilia, goeienaand. Good evening. Okay, I'm going to send this voice record in English so that everybody can hear this. Evening, friends and family and patriots on the long-term group. We honestly don't understand why were we removed from the group, because we were in the first place added on the group to help the community at this moment in time in need with whatever the community of Denville and Elandspoort has been dealing with in the past couple of weeks and months or so. So we honestly don't understand why we were removed, but we also do know who is the person behind our removal on the group. The person that removed us from the group, the admin that removed us, should have actually consulted us first and asked what happened today. Because the people that came today and signed for membership and also signed the petition and stuff, saw that we had a successful and a blessed sign-up drive. We had great conversations with everybody that came there. White, blacks, Indians, and coloreds. We had a great time and a blessed time. And we thank God that today was successful, and thanks to everybody that came out and supported us on today's event. But the reason why we were removed, we don't know. But the person behind it is leader Thabiso. Thabiso was from the Patriotic Alliance. He was the RO of the Patriotic Alliance. But now the president of the party, Gayton McKenzie, has disbanded the structure of Tshwane because there was challenges and certain problems and issues that the leadership of the city of Tshwane has faced internally, so which was actually personal towards the party and the leadership structure. So we're busy rebuilding Tshwane, and Thabiso doesn't have a position right now. So he saw us today working in Denville, there opposite by Spa, and he felt threatened and also jealous. So he came there. We were doing the work. We've been doing the work, and he came and demanded that we should give him the paperwork that we did, the members that we signed up today. Thabiso came there and demanded that we should give him the paperwork of each member that we registered today. So he came late, hours after we started. And he came late and just demanded to take the paperwork so that he can come, go and do the, registering of the people digitally. So we refuse to give him the paperwork, because how can you give someone paperwork of your field work? We were the ones working in the field. He was not even close to working with us. And throughout the period of time when we designed the poster of today's sign-up drive, he was not involved. And he just come out of the blue there with his son or with whoever he came there with, and he want to come and demand paperwork from us. That's wrong, selfish, unprofessional, and it's unacceptable. So just because we refuse to give him the paperwork, now this leader also from the Long Top group doesn't have the audacity to ask us what happened today, and he somehow decide to remove us. So we honestly don't care about Thabiso or the person that removed us from the group, because if he had any respect even for himself, he was going to consult us first and say, leaders, I got a request from Thabiso saying I must remove you guys from the group. What happened? Why must I remove you guys from the group? But now you see how some leaders are busy acting and behaving. Incompetent leaders. This is what we're talking about. This is what the community have to deal with. People that can't decide for themselves, they allow other people to decide for them.
All right, what's your response? Because I believe you wanna take their groundwork.
Yeah,
you wanna come there and reap where you didn't sow, you know, stuff like that. What's your response to that?
Okay, I just want to rectify one thing. It's not Ion talking, it's Malan.
This one is Malan.
That's Malan.
Oh, I see. All right,
Yeah.
that's Malan, eh, guys?
Yeah, that's Malan.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. You know, it's funny when he says the president is the one that dissolved the structure.
Did the structure dissolve?
The structure is dissolved, and when the structure was dissolved, it was reasons caused by them.
Okay.
Yes.
These two. Ziad and Malan.
And the other team.
And what is the reasons? What are the reasons?
We elected a new leadership as the regional leaders.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the sub-region.
Yes.
But now some of the leaders of the sub-region, I'm not sure what exactly happened, because I was not even part of the organizing of the meeting. I was not even aware that there was a meeting. But in that very meeting that we were supposed to introduce them to the rest of the leaders, it was chaos again from the very same leaders.
From the very same two?
Yeah. No, not necessarily two.
Okay,
but
yes.
it's a group of them that they work together and all of that.
And what was the chaos about?
The chaos was about who must conduct the meeting.
I see.
Yeah, it was about who must conduct the meeting and why are we there. This meeting is not ours, you know. And that's the reason why the structure was dismantled, by the way. We didn't do anything wrong.
I see.
You understand?
Yes.
So, but it's anyways party politics. People are taking sides, and there's favoritism as well.
Yeah.
But in that, when he says we were removed by the president, he's actually lying. We were not removed by the president.
You are never removed, yes?
We were removed by the provincial secretary.
And what did he remove?
And his reason was that temporarily, because the structure itself that we belonged to, it was interim structure.
Okay.
So regardless of whether they removed us now or they were going to remove us later, we knew that we were not there permanently.
Okay.
We were just there as volunteers, assisting to steer Tshwane in the right direction, because before we joined as regional leaders, Tshwane didn't have any direction. There were no branches formed. There were no activities happening in Tshwane. And they were there, by the way.
Okay.
They, Malani and
Ziad,
yes.
Yeah.
They have been here. I've been here for 2 years.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm already ready to launch this ward. The ward that we are referring to, Ward 60, we only started activating it this year, January.
When you know what I want to understand, when they are from Ward 1 and Ward 3, right?
Yes.
Individually. Do they have structures there?
Yes.
They have structures there?
Yes.
Did they launch their wards?
They didn't.
But only those interim structures are still there?
Yes.
Okay, but then what are they doing in Ward 60?
I don't know.
I see. All right. 064 548 7076. We're going to call them. I want to call them and then ask them online what's happening. And then we can be able to understand, get to the bottom. Because we need to get to the bottom of this thing.
Yeah, I actually wanted to add to say, you know, when God tests you with smaller things, and you're going to behave like this,
Okay.
it becomes a problem when you are given big things.
Yeah.
If a person cannot handle even a simple thing like a petition,
Yes.
and they want to come and do corrupt acts
Yes.
by falsifying information, that is wrong.
Yes.
It cannot be allowed.
Yeah.
And just because I am in the same political party with them, I must now cover this whole thing. I'm not going to do that.
So according to you, what you're saying now to us is that these people, we gave them a petition with you there at that first meeting,
Correct,
right?
correct.
And then instead of that petition going to the councillor, your councillor in the council,
Yes.
so it can go to the relevant authorities.
Yes.
They used that 250 names, our
Yeah.
names and signatures,
Yeah.
to sort of launch their own ward
Yeah.
as members of the PA.
Yeah, I'm suspecting that is the case based on the words that came from Happy.
Well, the guy said, we can't take our members. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and
exactly.
then in a voice note, he said, we didn't give him the documents because you have walked the ground. So what documents was he referring to exactly?
I was actually referring to the petition.
No, I mean him.
He was
On the voice note,
referring-
he said, we
he
can't
was-
give you documents while we
Yes.
have walked the ground ourselves. Yeah. So which
He
documents
was
is he
referring to
to?
the forms,
The forms.
the membership forms.
I see. Okay.
And he was also referring to the
To
petition.
the petition as well.
Yes.
So they didn't give you the petition, their own,
Next.
not even the membership
Not
forms.
even membership forms.
And they're not staying in this ward, by the way.
They are not staying
They're
in this
staying in
ward.
Ward 3 and Ward
They are
1.
they are staying in Ward 3 and Ward 1.
Yeah.
And let me just say, before I joined in and I was elected as the regional organizer,
Yes.
they were here.
Okay.
And we even went, I think it was on the 24th of February when we went to Ziad's ward. Ziad is the convener there.
Yes.
And there's a lady called Freya,
Yeah.
who is the coordinator.
I see.
That is the interim structure there.
Okay, maybe send me both of their numbers in
Yeah,
the meantime,
I
and
will
then
do
I can
that.
give
I will
them
do
a
that.
call. Then we can be able to talk. Guys, let's talk now. 064-548-7176. Barking, I have got a comment here from Os Bongi. Are Tabiso Dumela. Is there any division in your party or people are desperate for power? Ka expense about Udiba Ward 60. This issue of Mikuku Kolong Tom is tiring on a serious note because everyone comes in the name of help. I blame Kazamola. Tabiso, are you seeing yourself winning the award in future? I'm worried as a newly member of the Patriotic Alliance. So, question gets a bit in Fanak.
Yeah.
Is there any division in your party? And because